Welcome back, everybody. You are not going to believe who is key for beating BKE. Don't know who that is? It's those Menardians, BKT, the best Kree team. Thanos, Groot, Rocket, Star-Lord, and Minerva. You see them everywhere on war, defense. And you probably run out of teams to attack them with. Brotherhood typically gets their butt kicked. So who's the key to this? That's what we're going to talk about. And you're not going to believe who it is. Ant-Man. All right, so you're going to see behind me this team kind of in action, and I'm just going to show this a little bit while I'm talking, and then we'll go back through this and kind of walk through this battle. So obviously I said Ant-Man. He is a big part of this, but also along with Ant-Man is Venom. So typically when you take your Brotherhood against the BKE team, it can be tough, if not impossible, to win. With Groot's cleanses, the blinds from Star-Lord, the reses from Minerva, it typically ends in disaster. Sometimes if you're about equal, you can pull that win off. I've pulled it off myself, but it's just the RNG behind it for a war battle, it can get risky. So you really want to try to find a different team to use. X-Men's, obviously one of the best, sometimes Power Armor as well. But one that I recently came to, and I want to give credit to MysticMac. And if you don't know who MysticMac is, I will link his YouTube channel below. He's a newer YouTube content creator in one of the upper echelon alliances in the game. So obviously he's kind of at end game content. So he gave this information, was talking to somebody who I normally play with, and I already had known Mystic and talking about some content. And I reached out to Mystic, was like, hey, so, talk to me about this a little bit, because I've been playing with it and it can be somewhat problematic at times, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong. This team, he's got about a 90 to 95% win rate with it. I definitely had some struggles at first while trying to learn how to attack with them. But ultimately what it comes down to is the ability block from Ant-Man, and using that ability block and spreading it around. You think about it, if Groot can't cleanse, if Star-Lord can't blind, if Rocket can't ult, if Minerva can't res, okay, and then you got Pyro's bleeds, because those are the other three people in this team from Brotherhood. Magneto, Juggernaut, Pyro. Pyro's bleeds, they're just 2 turns. You gotta have T4s there, 2-turn ticks on those bleeds. People are gonna bleed out. So having said that, you kind of get the general idea here. There could be some tweaking, and I still want to play with this a little bit more to learn 100% every single time if I can get it nailed down. But I wanted to share this with you guys because BKE is everywhere in war. They're a pain in the butt. And Brotherhood, while they're amazing against a lot of teams, they're starting to lose their fizzle just a bit, mainly because of BKE sitting there, and it's like, well, I got to use a different team against them. So I love Brotherhood. I love Venom. Ant-Man, I personally typically use them with Wasp to kill lower teams. If I saw like a 100k team or a 50k team, that's what I'd use them for. So I was like, well, wait a minute. These are 2 characters that I don't really have a real good use for in war. Why don't I use them with Brotherhood to kill one of the best defending teams in the game? So anyway, having said that, let's get into some commentary on this specific battle. Okay, so this is my team. This is Blitz. You can see 215 versus 281, so a little bit under 70k. So my Jug's 47k, my Pyro 55k, Magneto's 40k. The other 2 are just, in that 37, 34 range. So not, super strong, but, decent. And you can see the other team is pretty high. The lowest player is 45k, 61k Star-Lord, 69k Rocket, and then the low 50s for the other 2. So let's get into this fight, and we'll kind of see how it shakes out. Now, this was one of my first times doing this, and again, I really want to iron down the kind of theory crafting on the order and who to focus, and I think one of the first steps is who do you want to target with Magneto's blind. I believe I went in the center here. I might tweak with that a little bit, because I'd really ideally like to have Thanos and Groot next to each other in that middle, if I can, so that if there'd be a way for, or maybe in the back row, so I know that I'm spreading to everybody, because now, as you can see, Groot's on an end. So this is where it could get potentially difficult to be able to spread all the way over to Thanos or to Minerva. So you can see there that I only did my basic with Pyro. That's one key. All right, so now Thanos is taunted. I'm gonna spread with Venom to the other 3. Now, I didn't even get the ability block on Star-Lord, so let's see if I can still pull this off. And I think I use a special here because he's blinded. Obviously doesn't work. And it's kind of like, oh my gosh, is this going bad? I don't know. Ant-Man's gone, but that's fine. He got off what he needed. Venom's just basicing. I've got 4 charges on Jug's ult, so I throw him in there. Star-Lord's now gone. All right, so now it's time for Pyro's special. Minerva's going. At this point, it's 1. I didn't even get a perfect situation here. I didn't get an ability block on Star-Lord. Thanos and Groot were on opposite ends of the spectrum, and I still won. So it's like, okay, and at this point, you just kind of go through the fight. I mean, you shouldn't lose at this point. I mean, I've got almost full health of everybody. So this is one battle. I did get some losses too. I'll show some of those now, and I'm going to finish off with showing a high-end MysticMac fight that he shared with me, so you can see kind of at the upper echelon where you get much higher red stars, etc. And with this team to see that they do perform well at a higher level as well. All right, so I'm going to show you one more win and then some losses. And even in this win, I'm questioning a little bit whether I go the right technique here. All right, so same team again. This time it's a slightly more difficult team, you know, again, but it's around 70k. The Thanos is pretty high end because of the 6 red stars. You can see Rocket and Groot, you know, 58, 48, Star-Lord 54, and then Minerva around 48 as well. So, again, I think there's one key to this battle, or not, there's many keys, but one of the keys is what you use first with Pyro. So in this turn, or in this video, you're going to see I obviously ult with Mags just in the middle with Thanos. Eventually, I'm going to get the Pyro's turn here, and it's going to be about using whether you use the basic or the special. In this particular situation, I actually use his special, and it's going to clear Groot's taunt. So in this case, I'm kind of like, all right, well, and I ability block Thanos in the middle, which is actually not terrible, because then I can spread everything everywhere. So you can see here, I can just go everywhere with the spread. So this isn't actually bad to use the special first turn. Problem is it didn't hit Groot. So that kind of sucks, so you cleansed a bunch of stuff. So it's like, oh god, that stunk. So I go here with the Disrupt on Minerva to keep her ability block. Charge with Jugs. And then I kind of go through the motions a little bit here. Ant-Man was blinded. But I think normally I would have liked to try to basic with Pyro there. It ends up working out. I want to test this one a little bit more. Maybe I do like it when Thanos is in the middle and you ability block him and then you spread everyone. You hope that it ability blocks everybody. That to me is kind of like a perfect scenario. Again, I pull this one out, but a lot of times you don't get the chance because Thanos isn't in the middle. So let's see kind of how, after I get this particular win, how it works in some of these other ones and maybe what I do wrong or right. Okay, this is a different guy. You can see Thanos is now at the end, Groot's in the middle, 61k Rocket. So let's see how it plays differently and how I lose here. So, all right, so here you can see, deciding what I want to do. Alt Groot. All right, so now we're kind of going through the motions here. Groot's got his taunt on him, and I have no other option but the ability block. It didn't take. So that's a huge, huge problem. So it didn't hit. So focus on Ant-Man is, you know, a big thing. I use Pyro special. Again, now I'm kind of like, okay, well now I can't spread. So if I don't get that ability block, I think I really want to try and not use that Pyro special and just basic. So that way I can actually use Venom on Groot and hope to get some more debuff, so maybe lesser cleansed. So I think I might have been able to pull that off in this particular fight had I not done that, but I didn't. So it goes through here and you'll eventually see where I basically lose. But I'm trying, you know, I'm trying to go through. It's kind of like, all right, so I'm spreading throughout, but you can see I've got a number of debuffs. Now the death proof comes up. I've got a Rocket ulting me. And I think it's important to kind of share these losses because I don't want to just come on here and be like, Ant-Man and Venom make this beat BKE. That's not the case. You really gotta think through this a little bit. And positioning matters. You know, if you get a resist like you just saw, that's gonna matter. And you might have to alter your course a little bit to be able to pull off the win. Because I think if I had played that slightly different, I might have been able to pull off the win still. And yeah, let's just get this over with and get me done. I'm donezo. Put me to bed. Done. All right, next fight again, same team. Thanos at the end. Let's see if I do anything different here, or if that ability block actually takes on Groot. All right, again, Magneto alt. I decided to keep it on Groot again. All right, I believe I use the, yep, so I cleanse it again. Now let's see if this actually takes this time. It does. So this time it hits, but Thanos taunts. So let's try to spread. At this point, it's just bleed. So really, you don't want to use that. Now that I think about it, you really don't want to use that. Oh, and I didn't even try to spread it because I knew I was just spreading more bleeds. You don't want to use that Pyro special first turn to clear that taunt off Groot, because you're going to get the ability block anyway. I should just basic because he's blinded. Alright, so I got the basic from Venom. Take the ult from Rocket, and it's pretty much game over from there. So again, Pyro special. When you got Groot in the middle like that, I don't think you want to do it. Leave the taunt on him, just basic him, and then spread from there. It doesn't work well. See, I keep trying, but this match is over. Especially now. Alright, so I try again here. Same team again. Let's see if I've learned anything at this point. I don't think I do, because I'm pretty sure I lose again. So I'm just, continually trying to see if I can beat this team. And it's kind of nice watching this back so I can learn from my mistakes. And then hopefully these mistakes and the videos that you saw will help you with Ant-Man and Venom beat this team. So again, let's see what happens here. Magneto alt, everybody gets blinded. Yep. Yep, so I clear that again. And see, I'm probably deciding whether I want to use Thanos or Groot on it, and it's like, well, Groot's gonna cleanse, but I still ability block him. Get the taunt from Thanos, and again, now I'm stuck on Thanos. This time I decided to spread some, I was hoping to spread some heal blocks, but let's see how it shakes out. Again, I think the mistake, again, is Pyro special in this case. I think if I don't do that, things go much better. Because you're not getting the blinds from Star-Lord, etc. I think this is where it just kind of starts going downhill. Because it looked like there was a chance that I might be able to pull that off. But, I've got, multiple... mistakes there. Yeah, I think Minerva brings Groot back. Still stuck on Thanos, unfortunately. I was stupid. Forgot I was blinded. Not sure it would have mattered anyway. So these guys are almost at full health. You can see I'm about to die. So again, bad play. All right, so on to MysticMac's team. So you can see high end, 341, 361. Only 20k punch up, but at this high level, does it matter? All right, so Mystic likes to actually target Rocket. Feels like it might blind, a better chance to blind, so that's why he kind of does that. I talked to him about it a little bit. It's kind of just like what he likes to do. So he'll use Pyro's basic here, which is nice, it's good. He'll ability block, again, Groot. Now the problem's going to end up being that he can't spread the ability block in the corner to Star-Lord, but it ends up being okay. So I would have liked to maybe done that a little bit different, but it works out, so it's fine, and I'll tell you why. So luckily the blinds didn't go to Pyro here. They went to Ant-Man and Magneto. So he charges, gets Rocket's gone. Got ability blocks everywhere other than Star-Lord. But the nice thing is he's got Thanos next to Star-Lord and everybody else. So when he gets around to his Pyro special here, it's gonna go everywhere. So that's what I think is key here that ends up working out just fine. So now if he was blinded, I think he could probably still pull this off. But I'm not 100%. So I mean, from here, I think basically just kind of, it's easy cleanup. He's blinded him. Yeah, he should basic. Okay. I mean, this is just, even with the cleanse from Groot, it's not making a difference. So you can see, easy win. Even though I was talking, I was like, well, maybe, you kidding me? Look at the results. You know, looking behind me, he crushes it. So really liking this team. So let's just say what it is. Ant-Man, baby. All right, so what do you guys think? I know I keep giving Ant-Man love, but I gotta give some love to Venom too. He's obviously just as critical as Ant-Man. Ant-Man might be a little bit more because of that ability block, but the spread with Venom is key. So, are you guys gonna try using this in war? You think it's gonna work? You think the 2 wins were a fluke? Was the theory I was using behind the losses? If I would have changed that, would it not mattered? I don't know. I think I might be sold on this, and I like it because, you know, BKE always tends to be a tough team to kind of get through, and, you know, not a lot of people are using shield on defense anymore because they're just an easy, you know, everyone's got Brotherhood, so they're an easy win. So anyway, let me know your comments below. Again, I hope this video helps. As always, please hammer down on that like button, click that notification bell, click that subscription button, share with your friends, etc. I do these videos to try to help, share things that I know. Again, just check out MysticMac's channel. I'll have a link in the description below. And as always, I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks.